Hello, everyone. I'm going live this morning to talk about the new article on 10x Insights. The article is called "Knowing Times Knowledge." No, knowledge times knowing equals 10x. So I'm taking you a bit on my walk this morning. Actually, today is not a working day for me. It's yeah, we are going to holiday, so it's holiday season. So you see me with my favorite informal cup hat, my favorite team, SFC Magdeburg. Uh, so yeah, let's talk about a bit of the topic. The post is called "Knowledge times Knowing equals 10x," and yeah, it came to me during certain circumstances. I don't need to talk about them, but what do I mean? So knowledge is something we know basically about facts and learnings of the past, right? And we try to use it somehow to predict the future. Um, knowing, knowing is a feeling. It is a feeling, and it tells us about the future. So let's experiment with that. So let's imagine you wake up tomorrow. Um, what's your feeling? Do you believe that there will be a sun next morning? Yeah, of course. Yeah, you know, the sun will go up tomorrow, most probably, right? So that's a feeling you have, and of course, it's in this case, it's backed by knowledge, right? But it is there's some interesting catch, right? We have the tendency to believe that all we need is knowledge. Yeah? But actually, if knowledge would be the only thing you need, the future would be 100% predictable. It is not, right? So if you want to launch a new product, there's some uncertainty, right? You use all your knowledge, and there are actually the more you know, the more you know that the world is complicated, and the higher your mind is doubting, yeah, it will come up with reasons what's wrong or what might be um, not perfect. That's also the case when you do market research or any kind of research. Yeah, there's always imperfection in the research approach, in the sampling approach, in the way you do is analysis, right? And there is not such thing as a perfect study. Even if you take, and sometimes especially if you take all the gold standard textbook knowledge, yeah, what remains are uncertainty. And actually, it turns out that the big moves, the big inventions, but also uh, major decisions that impacted the world, yeah, foremost driven by knowing. So Steve Jobs said, an entrepreneur is someone who is stupid enough to believe he can change the world. And this stupidity, let's call it knowing, is changing the world. To use in other words, an entrepreneur is someone who knows. When I started Success Drivers 10 years ago, I had just had become a father of a newborn baby. And the odds of succeeding in a business is 5%. That's the statistics. But actually, and not just established a business, just any business, established a business on causal AI, which nobody asked for. There's nobody Googling for, hey, I want to do a causal AI drive analysis. I want to now understand what drives my business success with proper analytics that hadn't described in textbooks before, right? So it was even harder to establish a business on that. But you can call me stupid, but I somehow knew that there will be demand and there people will get it, right, and will drive value from it. Yeah, and you can call it luck. I call it. I knew it that there is a demand for it, right? So of course it's you still need to build it. You still need to educate. But what I want to say is I'm not the only one. It's basically even if you are an inside director in a company, you can just use your knowledge. And with this, you are restrained to use conventional methods, yeah, because the broader scope of knowledge only supports past state-of-the-art methods. But if you really want to excel, if you really want to use methods that solve problems that you have and conventional methods don't solve, you need to spark in what I call knowing. You can call it intuition. And this intuition, yeah, is seen from others as being risk taking because it's not supported by knowledge. But basically, your intuition will tell you that this is the right thing to do. And that's the bigger question. Yeah, how can you cultivate knowing? And I don't have I'm not an expert in that. I just have some thoughts around that. First off, is that if you are too much used to only use knowledge, uh, thinking, deriving, uh, logical thinking, then you are typically blind to your intuition, yeah, and to what you already know as a feeling, as a feeling what is right. And not only that, yeah, it is also, there are basically two components. One is it possible, for instance, is it possible to invent a surface that, we call it now Teflon, right? Is it possible? And can I do it? Can I find it? And yeah, to be open to find new knowledge, to be open to be guided by your intuition, by your knowing, is also a question of mindset. But how can you develop such a mindset? Yeah? The mindset is a result of something. Yeah, someone inspires you and something like that. Again, yeah, the change in your mindset is also guided by knowing, by your intuition, by the understanding that you need to change your approach. Yeah. So today's life is a bit philosophical. I admit that, but I find it pretty important, yeah, because I really believe when I talk with clients, there are clients who ask 1,000 questions in one, yeah, to get more knowledge, no more knowledge, and we give it all to them, but it doesn't lead them to make a decision, right? It leads to more confusion. So what you need to add to drive smart decisions is to change your mindset and to untap, to get a connection with your intuition, with your knowing. Do you know, or do you feel that this solution is worth it? This solution is needed. And when it's needed, don't ask anyone else. If you know it is needed, if you know it's the right thing to do, embrace it. Yeah? And that's what I'm seeing, that there are people who are not yet be capable to tap on their intuition, and others who can do both, right? To have the knowledge, access to their knowledge, great knowledge, but also to their intuition, and then they trust their own judgment. And if you trust your own judgment, you have the power to really go with also new innovative approaches, and that's how you have the capacity to 10x your insights, because you will not 10x your insights with doing the same things you did in the past. You do not 10x your insights by incremental improvements. So that's what it needs. Yeah, it needs a mindset shift. It needs the orchestration of knowledge and knowing. Yeah, so please read my article around it. I guess the article is clearer than my verbal elaboration. Uh, and please, yeah, post some comments on what your thoughts around that are, questions, alternative opinions. Let's discuss that, because oftentimes there are misunderstandings that we can, yeah, together evolve and come to a conclusion together, which is probably even better than mine and yours at this stage. Enjoy the summer. See you soon. Hope you find it useful. Cheers. Bye.